hot diggity damn. This is Wassup Flobo After Hours, the award-winning, the Knicks award-winning show for best on-air host, featuring me, Flobo Boys. Thank you so much for being up here at the Treehouse every Monday night at 10 p.m. Pacific. We sit down with people very, very important to us, and we ask them questions to our heart's content. But before I get to introduce you to my special guest, as always, I have to thank the members of the Boisterous crew. Those are people that are signed up on the Patreon. They're making it happen. And if you could tell, the people down here below are the ones that contribute. Thank you so much. You make this show a reality. Also, if you haven't already, check out patreon.com/FloboBoys, and you too could be the member of the crew. Okay, it's Monday night. I'm not alone. I'm hanging out with my very special guest. This man hails all the way from Philadelphia. He's on that Twitter doing the thing. He's in the entertainment industry doing the thing. He's a filmmaker, and he does so much more, but those good looks are what makes me super jealous to even know the guy. I met him in AfterBuzz TV, but he's going worldwide. Give it up for the man, Ryan Nilsen. What's going on, sir?
Hey, in this corner. I thought you would be hosting a Monday Night Raw show right now, which you might have.
I do on Thursdays. I do Draped in Gold NXT on Thursdays. Remember Draped NXT?
I do remember that, and I remember the song from the intro from NXT. I remember the debut. I remember the reveal, or what do you call that in the wrestling biz? The turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
There were people there live that heard the world premiere of the song, and they still talk about it. So props to that.
Incredible. Thank you so much for having me, Flobo Boys. Happy Monday, October, fall 11th. How was your weekend? What's up, Flobo?
Man, I miss this, man. I just love your energy. Oh, you know what? It's pretty cool. I'm trying to balance everything in life. We'll talk about that in a second. But like the DJ stuff is coming up. I'm doing that on weekends. I'm doing the kind of thing during the week, and there's more and more opportunities happening for me. So I A-okay. But what's up with Ryan Nelson? What's up?
Oh my gosh, I'm just seeing the chat go off. I see James Lott Jr., my Darth Vader himself. My father.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Haywood. Oh my gosh, this is like a
reunion.
Dude,
hey,
I am great. Yeah. I'm talking here with you, man. Dude, I've been good. I went to a football game yesterday. Tell
me about that, because you went to the Cleveland Browns game.
SoFi Stadium.
Damn, I can afford that.
Los Angeles, Inglewood, California. Not to blow up JLJ's spot. It was
swag, bro.
Swag. You know, it was great. It was probably the nicest stadium I've ever been in. SoFi Stadium, you guys, brand new. It's actually where the Super Bowl is being held this year.
Okay.
Just a beautiful spot. I know Dallas Stadium has like the biggest TV or whatever on earth, but this was like a thinner TV, but it was an oval shaped, and you could see it from any part of the stadium. It was great. The seats were so high up, and it felt perfect. Like you get a perfect view. Really impressed. My neighbor's a Browns fan. I'm an Eagles fan from Philly, yo.
Okay, I'm about to say, I was like, the Browns.
I know. Well, I've actually been really fortunate. Like, Ohio has played like a big part in my life this year, because I went to Ohio for about 8 or 9 days this summer to help a friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, Jeff Graham, make his passion project, his feature, his indie feature.
The man, Jeff Graham.
The man Jeff Graham, which is coming out, soon. Stay tuned on that. It's called Always Lola. Definitely check it out. It's in the middle of being edited, and we're trying to make some like festival runs, but this is Jeff's baby, writer, director, and he killed it. Him and Laura, his wife Laura. But I was in Ohio, met a ton of people, and this is how crazy life is, right?
How crazy is it?
A week before I went to help out on this shoot, I got a brand new neighbor. He moved right next door to me. His name's Derek.
Okay.
And introduced myself. Super nice guy.
Hey.
In the first conversation, we realized we have a mutual friend in common, which is Jeff Graham. Jeff was his teacher this summer at Ohio, University of Miami, Ohio, which is Jeff's alma mater. And I went and helped out on this film and met like all of his college friends. So now we're friends, and we went into the Browns game, and they lost. The end. All right.
Oh wow.
Next,
that's kind of weird. 6 degrees of separation. Shout out to David, man. What's going on? Cheers to you as well. Haywood Wong has a question because she works for the street team. Have you seen Leslie Colon, our mutual friend there at SoFi Stadium this weekend?
Oh my gosh. I did not see Leslie Colon, but I also knew that Jeff Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Junior. I might have made the junior up. He was also there. Yeah, because he's a Browns fan. So
and Lamar Jackson was there too. Master Buzz.
And Lamar Jackson. I thought
Yeah.
for a second that was a football player. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. That's so cool. Damn, everyone was there and I didn't run into any of them. Amazing stadium, nightmare of a place to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Just no Ubers. Forget it. You're going to need to walk like 2 miles, which we did. But anyway,
yeah. So wait, hold on, because I've not been. I've been to SoFi Stadium. I want to support Leslie. I want to go to a game.
Yes.
It's football, so you're gonna pay top dollar no matter what you do it. That must be like not the worst feeling, but you go to a game to support your friend's team. They lose, and now you have to like make your way out in defeat, wearing the road team that lost. Like, what's going through your mind then?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm from Philly, and we have like a reputation of fans. Herbert. Top gun in the NFL. Yeah, he is. We have a reputation of being like pretty intense fan base. So like I can dish it and take it. So I'm good. But I will tell you, the Chargers fans did not hold back on that walk home. Like just honking, seeing the jerseys. Luckily, I only had like a Browns mask, like COVID. My friend was like getting it. Like they were they were not holding back. It was a little intense. That sucked, but it was like cheap tickets. Like it was 90. And this sounds expensive, but for football, it's not. It's like $98.
Right.
And like it was the best. It was also such a high scoring game. It was 47-42, which is like one of the highest.
It's like college ball.
Top 10. Yeah. So it was the best game I've ever been to in person.
It's funny because people always say this, and I do agree with this. Hey, what's this real quick? I do know Johnny Gargano's team is the Browns, poor guy. Like people always say, like, hey man, you'll love football, the Big Five or Big Four sports. I went to see the Rams when they were at the Coliseum, and I can tell you, man, LA doesn't seem like they have a team. They have 2 football teams, but they're not like really about it. It's like people love the Raiders. I heard about the Raiders. People love the Trojans, but the Rams are just kind of there, or it's just kind of a weird bug.
Yeah, because I was in Philly in college when they won the Super Bowl, and then the year after I was out here when the Rams went, and the hype was just at like a low. But here's the thing, like I think LA, I kind of like discarded LA as a city with sports, and I've kind of quickly backtracked on that because I think it's like most cities. It's like if the team is good,
right,
then they will slowly build the fan base. And it's hard when like the teams have left the city and come back. And now that like they have the Rams and the Chargers are like really good and the Rams have been like pretty decent, I think the fan bases are slowly growing and they're slowly getting a little bit more passionate each and every year. It's not ever going to be like Dodgers or Lakers because those have just always been great. But I think they're slowly going to grow here for sure.
Jack Farmer says, RyGuy and go Hawks. Whatever. Whatever, bro. But so last time I talked to you, you're on my sister's show, Knew Amsterdam Radio. You make sure you check it out. It's a fantastic episode. You were then in Pennsylvania. You were in Philadelphia. You had went back with the pandemic and all that. Where are you now, and what made you do the change?
Where am I now? What made me do the change? I got a job out here.
Yeah, out where now?
I got a job out here.
You live in LA.
Burbank,
so you didn't fly into the game.
Burbank, California, where they shoot Jeopardy.
Hell yeah.
And it's a post coordinator job on a new Amazon Skydance TV show called Jack Reacher, which they did 2 movies of with Tom Cruise,
which is really hilarious. You've read the books.
Yeah, there's a ton of books.
Yeah,
this is like the
because Jack Reacher's like 6'7" in the books. He's 6'7" and built like a house, and then Tom Cruise is it's like Kevin Hart is the Rock in. Okay, go ahead.
See, Flobo research as always knows exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think that was like the majority of the fan base's complaints with those movies was like they're good, but like Tom Cruise doesn't really fit the role, even though I think he's like great. Just might not have been the perfect casting for this. And this is a guy. He's not like an unknown, but he's like a smaller. He was in Blue Mountain State. His name's Alan Richardson. He's the lead, and he's killing it. He's huge too, and he totally was perfect for the role. So it's season 1. They're giving it the Jack Ryan treatment. They did that with John Krasinski from The Office and kind of revitalized that franchise on TV, and they're doing the same for Jack Reacher. So it's going to be cool. I'm really, really excited to see, a show like this size that I got to work on and like name in the credits and stuff. And it's going to come out in January, I believe on the 28th.
So you were in LA and then you got the job, or you were like in Philadelphia, saw their ad and was like, yeah, I'm going out west, bruh.
This is what happened. I was out here working, pandemic, furloughed from AfterBuzz. Was kind of just like treading water, few odd jobs here. And then I was just like, this was like the heart of COVID, you know, like a year ago. Probably it was exactly a year ago. I think it was like the third week of October. I think honestly the 23rd was the day I went back. And I was just like, I got out of here. So I went home, was in Delaware, Pennsylvania area where I'm from, and had the pleasure to work on this show SCN Live, which was a YouTube broadcasting show with the Schmoes. This with Roxy Stryer, with Christian Harloff, Mark Ellis, Steph Sabra, some AfterBuzz friends, and was the engineer and co-host of that for about like 4.5 months, which just all through the winter. And it was amazing. And I would go back to it in a heartbeat. It was so fun. And while I was working that, just applying away, working on some like film sets here and there. I got to help out on like this Adam Sandler movie. It's gonna be on Netflix called Hustle, and he's a Sixers scout, which I'm a huge Sixers fan.
Really so weird for a guy from Brooklyn, but okay. What?
I know. Hey, trust me, I actually think this is gonna be pretty solid. Like it looks pretty good. But got to help out on some cool stuff, and it was like a COVID monitor, and then I just wanted to be a coordinator, and I got this gig. And they're like, you got to be in LA for it. So I had like 10 days and I found an apartment, just booked it out here. And and just like boom, boom. And it's been really great. Like it's been a really good experience. Unfortunately, and this is one thing we were going to talk about, the biggest struggle has just been working from home. We were kind of told like, oh yeah, in a few months in, we're going to like probably get an office. And, you know, things change. Like it was never a guarantee, but there were all these like regulations and rules for if we went to the office where you had to get tested like 2 times a week and like all this crap. Right. And which is necessary stuff to do. It just would have been like really expensive. Right. And they were just like, yeah, we're not going to spend all this money we're doing it fine from home, which totally makes sense. So we've been doing it from home, and it's just like a couple, like maybe I should have looked at somewhere else if I knew I was going to be in here every day. But it's been great. And like I've learned so much, and it's been really cool, dude. I'm just super grateful.
I have a lot of questions before that. If you have that, listen to the Knew Amsterdam Radio episode number 2. Fly Eagles Fly came out February 25th. So it's been a while since we chat. Jack Farmer has a question for you. He says, was there a fear of leaving LA that you would not make it back?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. I was like so mortified, felt guilty. Like
why guilty?
Oh, like I wasted my own time. I wasted time to help support me through college. Yeah. I also felt like, you know, after I was home for a few months, I was like, it was the pandemic. Like, it's the perfect excuse. And sometimes that, like, you tell yourself that and you believe it, and then you stop believing it. And I think just all the while, I also knew, like, I chose to come home because I hated LA during COVID, and not like it's over. It's still happening, and I still really struggle with it. I don't like it out here during COVID.
Is it over? Is it not over? Who knows?
I mean, it's still very much here. Like my biggest thing was like, at least since I've been back, is people don't want to network. Like they want to do like a Zoom, and like I don't need to be out here for a Zoom. And that's one big thing I like about LA is being able to like see people and meet be in the mix. And there's been some of that, but I was afraid to like, I wasn't going to make it back. And I hopped on this opportunity just because it was like the ticket back. And also it was still like the heart of COVID, like vaccines had just started being divvied out. Right. And I was like, I could just be doing this there. And I'm not going to be really missing out on anything back home. And so I did definitely have a fear, but I now that I've done it once, and I feel like people who want to move out here, if you go home and then you come back, you restore a lot of confidence because you're like, oh, I can do this. Like I can just come back. I know how to do it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I know this is a personal question, so you can skip if you want to. Like, what was the personal network where the fam was like, "Hey, man, it's okay," or it's kind of like, "Right guy, look at Hollywood over here, couldn't make it." Like, what was the vibe when you came back?
when I came back, super supportive. Oh my
Oh,
god,
dope.
incredibly. I mean, it was tough just because, you know, I think I was probably the biggest hurdle. Like I was the person giving myself the hardest time.
Deep.
They were just happy I was back. They were like,
Yeah.
"You don't need to go back. You don't need
Right.
to." And I think, JLJ saying my mom's the best. Laura, she's the best.
Oh,
Oh my
shut up,
god,
mama.
I just read Ben Simmons in the chat, and my blood pressure rose. Like I think
What's
my
wrong
heart
with
started
Ben
racing.
Simmons?
I
Like,
just got totally sidetracked.
what's wrong with Ben Simmons? He's
We'll
out
go
here
into it
hustling.
later. Oh my gosh, it's just it's so funny. You know what? I'm going to tie this into Ben Simmons, right? I'm going to tie this into Ben Simmons. I'm talking
rage,
about
my
like
guy. You better
all
rage.
this. I'm just begging to work. I'm just begging to like get paid. And this is a guy who's so well off, getting like $27 million a year, guaranteed 200. And when someone criticizes him once for not shooting a basketball for 4 fourth quarters in a row in the playoffs, he's like, I'm done. Really, man? Sorry.
Hey, man, look, the last thing I want to do is go to work and have people heckling me. I'm just saying.
You know what, man? I think if you're getting 20 mil a year, you'll be fine with some heckles.
You know, I wouldn't know how that is. So you just give me 20 mil first, and I can tell you.
I tell you.
If I make a basket when needed.
I'll tell you. Yeah. But anyway.
Shout out to Burke Made in the chat right now.
Shout out to Burke. Oh, dude, Dwayne Burke. I just met. This is so crazy. He's in the chat right now. I just met Dwayne. Dwayne, by the way, I worked with SEN. I just met him in person for the first time Saturday night at a birthday party.
Oh, man.
The coolest dude. Love Dwayne. He's the man. Shout out to Dwayne.
He got a whole posse. That's kind of cool. Like, you were talking about networking with people. It is kind of cool. People gravitate towards you and like, yeah, I feel the energies, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All about that. Yeah, you gotta get Dwayne on here. He'd be ball of energy.
Yo, Dwayne, let's make it happen, man. If you want to go on the show, let's do it.
He's the man. But what were we just talking about?
We're talking about the fact that Ben Simmons is the best basketball player of all time. That's what we're saying. I'm kidding. Don't get mad. Don't cancel the show. Don't leave. But what's it like now for you now, day to day? I mean, you got the job, sure, but you're back in LA. It's people are eating al fresco. I mean, are you meeting people? Are you still doing the dating thing? What's that like?
What's it like being back in LA? Day to day. So this job is 5 days a week, which is great, but I have weekends, which is awesome. And a lot of my jobs in the past, I haven't had weekends, and it's like so. It's so funny. Like I think I was geared and taught in school, and also just in my first couple of jobs, like, oh yeah, you're paying your dues. Like you're doing whatever. It's going to be brutal. You're going to need to work all the time. And that's just how it is when you start. And maybe there is some truth to that, but I also feel like I wasn't even doing my best work when I was being overworked. And I think I just now know that like that's how it is for me. And like I'll unless it's something I'm really, really in love with, I would, I like doing stuff for 5 days a week. I like, I know it's also like valuing something you work with, a part of your work. Like I've learned over the past year, if I had the choice to do something I love, but I know it would be like a risk of me falling out of love with it because it'd be so brutal and like taxing and just like a huge commitment, like 7 days a week, not enjoying the people you work with. I would rather do something I'm not 100% into, but I know I'd get along with the people I work with. I think getting along with the people I work with is super important to me.
Yeah, because they can totally make any job into a lame box of awfulness. And your bosses too. Like if your boss is not on point, it's kind of like, you know what, I'm out. This is the time suck.
That's right. And I will go Geno's.
Okay.
So
there is a question in the chat. I'm trying to, shout out. I like that.
But anyway, I think that it's just learning a lot about like what's right for me right now. Like I'm not saying I'm always gonna just go for a job where it's with people I'm gonna get along with, but that's how I feel right now. Like working from home, COVID, there's 1,000 things to be stressed out about. I don't think that's how it's always gonna be. But that's how it is right now. And that's what I'm looking for right now. And I've been really lucky over the past year. Like even with like people like Dwayne, who would take like an hour after our show to just like chat and teach me something on like Zoom about being an engineer. I'd be like, you're the best, man. And I've had that at other engineering jobs as well.
Right. So when you're doing that, are you getting all that love and adoration? Like, what something you've decided to do to work on yourself? Like, have you gone to the gym? Have you read some more books? Have you tried DDP yoga? Like, what's going on? Like, how do you upgrade the Ryan Nilsen?
I literally just did yoga for like the first time in 2 months right before this show.
Your poor quads. Tell me more.
I was like, I gotta be flexible for the show tonight. No. Kidding. No, I've been trying to work on myself. I honestly have just been, this is going to sound like a lame answer, but I think it's super honest. I've just been trying to do whatever is going to keep me like in a positive mental state for the past couple months, just because I'm really, again, I've been mentioning a lot about this job I'm doing right now. It's really important to me. I'm really grateful for it. And I'm happy it's going well. And I'm just kind of like, whatever I got to do to make sure I can see this job through and know I'm putting 100% into it, just because it's the highest. Like, I'm a post coordinator, and I've always been like an assistant or something, below coordinator. Yeah. And I just wanted to make sure, like, the first time I'm doing it, I'm learning just diving in, or learning as much as I can. But I've been running a lot. Like, I did sign up for a gym for a while, and I've never liked gyms in LA, like LA Fitness or 24-hour Fitness, just because they're so crowded. But it's like tenfold in COVID.
Bro, Anytime Fitness. That's the pro tip.
That's the pro tip.
Go there. Yeah, only old people go there. It's never crowded.
Maybe I'll do that. But I unsigned up for that, and I just started running. So I do like a lot of runs in the morning and hiking. So it's a lot more like cardio stuff right now. But it's definitely like gets my mind, lets it escape, and I can like listen to a podcast where I feel like I'm doing anything else, I have to be so focused because I'm just gonna like drift. But
question. When you're on that runner's high, man, do you have like certain fantasies? Do you think of yourself as like Prefontaine? Do you think of yourself as run the 50-yard line? Do you do that to help you push through? Or is that something I just do by myself?
This is going to be wild. I don't.
Give me that wild, Ron.
This is wild. So I always would listen to like rock music. And then I just got old after a while because I have the same songs. Yeah. I legit edited like a video that I just listened to. It's a compilation of awesome Philly sports moments, and I underscored it with some of my favorite like rock and rap songs. Yeah. And a lot of it's like the 2017, 2018 Super Bowl, and just like the lead up, and like Carson Wentz getting hurt, Nick Foles coming in. Oh, they're like, they were the best team in the year, but they're like the underdog at home against the Falcons, and just like all this stuff. And it's just all the commentary hypes me up. So I'm just listening to it over and over again. And I have like Rocky music sprinkled in, and it always ends with like the Rocky Gonna Fly Now. So I literally edited like a 25-minute video.
Don't even trip, because I do that with soccer commentary. I do that with comedy show intros because I want to fantasize myself with my first comedy show, like when Chris Rock comes out or Trevor Noah comes out. Pokemon themes, whatever gets you to that 6 mile, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like
whatever.
It's all in bounds. But I wonder what commentary I would do for New York sports, because we haven't won anything like in 15 years. Like New York sports has been terrible. Like there hasn't been a winner in anything in New York for the past like 15 years.
You got to do like the Eli Manning final drive.
What year was that though?
It's 2008, but like that's a sick commentary with that, where it's like he caught it on his helmet. Oh my God. Like that's one of the few times I rooted for the Giants, because for some reason, even though they're a divisional rival, I like them more than the Patriots.
Oh, everyone else does.
I even have movie moments. Oh yeah, Born to Run. I have movie moments in it. I have like the moment from Invincible, which is the Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. Where like there's like this moment in that movie. I love it so much. It's a little cheesy, but so it's like a true story. He's the only walk-on football player NFL football player to not play college ball. Played by Mark Wahlberg. Vince Papale, true story. The Eagles were so bad in like the late 70s, early 80s that they had open tryouts. And this is the only guy who got on the roster. And he's on special teams. And his like wife left him and like punched holes in the wall at his house. And he was just like at a rock bottom, and he would play like pickup ball with his friends. And like his dad owns a Philly bar. And he got on the team, and like his first start, this is like the last game before they were gonna do cuts, he like broke like the line of scrimmage early and tackled like the punt returner, forcing a fumble and scoring a touchdown, and they kept him on the team. And like I have that whole sequence like in my little song run, and I'm like sprinting like I'm gonna tackle someone. It's crazy.
Hell yeah, Jack Farmer says Wahlberg is a hunk. I think you mean Donnie. Hello.
Donnie D's on the backup.
Yeah, Jack Farmer also had a question for you. I was kind of curious. What's something you learned that you think that would help anyone else who works on shows, podcasts, etc.?
Something I learned?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So with hosting, I don't think I'm an expert with hosting, but I did teach hosting, and we did auditions. Thank you. I mean, it depends. It's the type of hosting, because I think when it comes to like podcasting about like a TV show or a movie, like after show, like reviewing it kind of or analyzing it, it's when you have people on, it's all about the conversation, keeping it going, multiple opinions, theories, and just like really seeing them through and being up to date on your stuff and just keeping it entertaining, but also like being comfortable to have like some discourse and just never making it like hostile though. And just keeping the conversation flowing, you know, which you're great at. And but then when it comes to engineering, it's all dependent upon the show. Like SEN Live, which was so fun. It's a really wacky show. It's so improvisational. You get to be on your feet, so there's a lot of room to play and like put sound effects on and just throw some random stuff out there, toss up media. But that's not how a lot of shows are. Like sometimes that can be really distracting.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like a hard line to walk. So it's a fair balance. You never want to like steal the spotlight completely. You want to have like a fair balance conversation, because those are hands down the most interesting. It's diversity, really. It's diversity of thought. Like you want to have the most brains at this. If it's just like one person talking and it's the same thing.
This guy just dropping the knowledge in the chat on Monday night here. Wassup Flobo After Hours? Ryan Nilsen RyGuy himself. But a lot of people know that you are a host in the Mandalorian After Show on JLJ Media. JLJ Media got to do everything about it. And he's also in the chat hanging out. But question about you: you're also a filmmaker, man. So what's the deal? Are you thinking about getting back in there, putting that director's hat on? I don't know if people use cameras like this. No one winds them up anymore. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal? Is that something you want to get back into? Is making those films? Making those flims, as my mom would say?
For sure. Right before I got hired at this and I was doing SEN, since SEN was a part-time job, I was only doing it for a few hours a day, like 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I had a lot of free time to like apply for things and edit videos. I was like a freelance editor. I actually started making a short documentary with a friend from college. We were both co-directing it, and it's about eating disorders. There's like a friend of ours who he's a theater major. He's a terrific actor, a songwriter, and his name's Will. And he blew up on TikTok from talking about Will Hornby, by the way, from talking about his eating disorder. It's the guy who, like, during the pandemic, learned he had one, like, got some help and learned a lot about it. And he doesn't ever consider himself out of the woods, quote unquote. Like, he still very much deals with it, but he's very open talking about it. And he's gone completely viral on TikTok. Like, he's huge. Nice. And we were kind of documenting his rise in popularity on TikTok, and so the documentary is essentially about how social media like TikTok and Instagram can raise awareness and destigmatize something like an eating disorder, and also the caveats that come with that, because it's not all like a positive thing for who's sharing all that, because that makes them really vulnerable, and also someone who's dealing with an eating disorder is already a little bit more I think open to like vulnerability like that. And so we did a bunch of interviews with him that we still have to edit. And I felt so bad. My co-director and filmmaker, Satchel Williams, we kind of agreed to pause it when I was like going to LA. And so we very much have every intent to finish it. But that's the latest thing I was working on.
Yeah, that's great. Is that like the lane you want to be in documentaries, or does this project compelled you to make this one in particular? Right?
This project just compelled me to make it in particular. Like, I made a documentary in college about a missing hamper that you can find on my YouTube channel called Campy, the Missing Hamper. Because I always considered documentaries to be so serious, and I didn't want to have the topic of the first film I made be like really serious and then mess it up and ruin that person's day. Mistake. But there was a hamper stolen. Yeah, there was a hamper stolen on my college room freshman year dorm. And the person who got it stolen was like really sad about it. And I was like, I'm going to find this hamper. And we interviewed like everyone on the floor, really serious. And after a month of investigation, we found something. And you'll have to watch the movie to see what it was.
Wait, you can't tell me it's serious if it's literally called Hampy.
The missing hamper.
It's a very, very gritty tale.
It's like we might not have found the hamper, or we might have, but we definitely found friends along the way.
So please don't leave this video, but it's on YouTube now. 1,500 views, which is a lot more than I ever did. So I'm putting that to watch later, which I will definitely check out.
I can't believe you found it. Yeah, we got a poster and everything.
It's the only Hampy, the missing hamper on YouTube. I just, I got lucky.
It's great. It's funny. I'm actually really proud of it just because it was a project I did for college, for class. And I was so mortified because I finished it early. I knew I was going to do a final project, and I was like, guys, it's done. And they're like, you have enough time to do another one. And I was really mad. He said that to me. And then I made like another short that was terrible. And, but I got to show this in front of like everyone in our dormitory. There was like 50 people there, and it was so cool, man. But,
is that Temple or UPenn?
This is a Temple. UPenn. Okay. Listen, I might not be UPenn smart, but I'm smart enough to come on the Wassup Flobo after hours. All right. Good Lord.
You know what? Shout out to Ryan for being insulted and making do a drop. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. My brain had two open files. It was either Temple or UPenn. I apologize.
Because you also went to school for filmmaking at Chapman.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the one to scratch the itch of like filming something?
You know what? What's funny about Chapman specifically, and I don't want to poo-poo it. People say, do you recommend going to film school? And it's hard to recommend at Chapman's case to go 6 figures into debt for anything save for a house, right? There are some times, especially on the comedic side, you're like, yo, man, I wanna do it. I want to make it happen. I want to make a short film. I got sketch ideas or whatever. But the thing is about going to a program that's so close to Hollywood is that you learn how to make films the Hollywood way. So you come out super snake bitten and gun shy. Permits, catering, schedule G's, and you're not thinking about doing the thing. And so I like going to meeting film majors from other schools where they're like, here's a camera. Make it happen. Even though the stuff might be as good quality, they get it done, which is way more important than being like, I got to do it with permits and street closers.
Right. That's all stuff I don't think about enough. I think is permits and street closures. Yeah, but it's also, I feel like you can use that as like a form of dogma, where it's like, what if I made a short that requires no permits, no street closures? And those are my limitations. I don't know, something I've always kind of that stuff does scare me. But if there's a way, you can work around it or make it, be like this restriction to go another way. Who knows?
Would you act in the movie or just direct?
I would act. I did theater in college. I don't think I'm as bold to call myself like a working actor right now. I don't consider myself an actor right now, but I would like to get back into acting.
You're classically trained. Yeah, education.
I'm totally trained, man.
So you're an actor. You're just out of practice.
I just think like I respect actors so much who are like working and doing it, and also ones that I think have every intention to go back into it. True. I've like second guessed it a bunch of times, but if someone did offer it to me, I would say yes. So I guess
I gotta put you in a different category than someone's like, I'm gonna be in a short film. Like those are screen personalities, but you went to class, you got I assume a degree in it, or at least a grade in it. I mean, you were trained.
Dude, Paul Giamatti's brother handed me my degree. Marcus Giamatti is like the nicest guy ever. But I thought was he a keynote
speaker or just a guy who showed up one day?
He's like, a teacher. Marcus. He's a teacher at Temple. So Paul Giamatti's brother showed up to Temple my junior year and started teaching like screen acting, and I got to do 2 of his classes. He was like the coolest guy, so awesome.
Just real quick in the chat, Sherman gave a shout to. He says he's not a fan of educational documentaries, and I gotta say this: the one educational documentary would end up being kind of almost like a reality show hybrid is one that was released about 10 years ago on PBS. It's called Carrier, and they follow the USS Nimitz around the world for like 4 months with the US Navy, and they show different stories, different departments. So it's educational because they're showing how the Navy works, but there's a lot of personal stories in there. I think it's a cool on-ramp of the whole genre. Sherman, give it a shot. You may like it. I like boats. I like water and all that.
Carrier. It was, and you said PBS, right?
It was a PBS documentary. I actually had it on DVD somewhere.
Their docs are so good.
Mm-hmm.
They just did one that was a series that actually some Temple alumni worked on called Philly DA that just follows the new district attorney of Philadelphia.
It's like a cop show.
Yeah, so he's like one of the only politicians who legit had a documentary crew follow him around for his first 2 years in office and was like, I have nothing to hide. Just film everything I do.
Smart.
And it's wild. It's such a cool watch.
That sounds like a Dick Wolf show. You've heard Chicago PD, now Philly DA.
Philly DA.
You don't carry a gun, but I'm going in. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man. I highly recommend it. But yeah, I love PBS documentaries. I've been really turned on by documentaries. Like my favorite movie last year was a doc called Time.
Okay.
This is a filmmaker named Garrett Bradley, who's hands down like my favorite filmmaker right now. She actually just did the Naomi Osaka doc on Netflix.
Sick!
So good. Oh yeah, she's the ish. But Time is amazing. It's sad, but it's like a happy sad at the end. But if like it made me just absolutely lose it. But it's about incarceration and like really eye-opening stuff about incarceration and this like amazing woman who her husband has like a 40-year sentence and he went to jail like while she was pregnant and she can only visit him like twice a month and she's just trying to get him out early on like a parole for his next hearing and just like 20 years early to see like the kids before they like kind of go off to college and like start their lives and actually like be a father for a few years. It is like gonna rip your heart out about how much like it teaches you, but it is so inspiring and like, oh my gosh. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking it up now. I'm gonna have so many tabs open. So Philly DA is available now on Amazon Prime Video if you have it. And the idea of meeting your spouse for a certain time of time, it's conjugal visits, usually it's for sexy time. That's what I have open after that. So I'm a perv. Moving on.
Moving on.
We got something in the chat here. This is from Haywood Wong. He asked, Rye, if you had want to interview anyone from the Star Wars universe, who would it be? I guess, and why?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's like another whole can of worms. So my dream right now is to work for Lucasfilm. It's my dream.
Like, but Lucasfilm is like inside Disney, man. It's like sold out. It's not the same.
I love Lucasfilm. I like Disney's content. I'm a big fan of their content, and I just like Lucasfilm as a company.
Sweet.
I know like several people who work there, and just in certain programs they have there, and I just think they're like a really cool company. I'm all about them. If I could interview anyone, it would honestly, I don't know how you don't see Mark Hamill, but also I would love to talk with Rian Johnson, who directed The Last Jedi, which I know is like a controversial take, but I said a million questions for him. I would also love to talk to Kathleen Kennedy, who I think is like the best producer alive. There's 1,000 people I talk to there. I would love to talk to the hiring coordinator. I think that's my answer. I would love to talk to the recruiter at Lucasfilm.
Right, that's George Lucas himself, I guess. But he's not Lucasfilm anymore. Sorry, but JLJ Mania says Mark Hamill, of course. There's so many Star Wars people.
I would, you know what? I would actually, if I got given the opportunity to interview someone at Lucasfilm, I would say yes, but I have someone who could be a better person to interview you, and I would call up James Lott Jr. and Flobo Boys and let you guys interview them. That's what I would do.
That thing I said about you guys selling out, totally I regret that. Lucasfilm is the best organization ever.
Can you imagine James Lott Jr.? I would like lose my mind if he got to interview like a Mark Hamill. That would just be I would just have the biggest smile on my face.
I think it's a stretch right there. But it has to be the Joker, Mark Hamill. James Lott Jr. in a room.
Oh my gosh.
Have you gone to the movies since the lockdown?
Yes.
LA? How's
so
that going?
many times.
What's been the first one, and what's been one of your favorites?
First one. Okay, this is a cool one. So there's technically two answers. This first one's like a semi answer because it was a special screening.
Yeah.
But there's like this company called Vanishing Angle that I'm obsessed with. That was like a dream of mine to work for them. They're like a bunch of indie shorts, and one of my favorite filmmakers works there named Jim Cummings. And anyway, there's this other guy named Danny who works there, and he just made a movie called Beast. And I saw an early cut of it pre-pandemic before it was done, and it like came out this year. Alec Baldwin actually helped produce it.
Ooh.
And so I saw that, and that was incredible just to see like a movie that I kind of kept up with the pipeline during production and then see it in theaters. But the one I actually like paid a ticket, like went in, got there early, like full crowd, was Cruella.
Okay, yeah.
Cruella. And that was fun. I had a fun time in Cruella.
I think my first film back was Fast 9. Do you remember the last movie you saw before the pandemic, or is that like too far ago?
I do. I saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yo, me too. It's for our show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it was for our show. That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, Flobo, Boyce, and I. Dude, we had the last show at that network that was in studio.
Yeah, it was. I went.
That's wild.
Valentine's Day. I saw the movie Valentine's Day. And then we did the show and they shut it down. So they probably were like, no.
Yo, we had the last show.
I gotta put this up. So Popcorn Talk, which is one of the networks that Ryan ran, getting that producer credit in there, did Anatomy of a Movie of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I remember going single as hell amongst kids, being like, start me up.
Sunday night or Thursday night, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's good. Gosh. Good times. That was a good thing. So are you going back regularly to theaters, or you wait for day and date releases? As your whole viewing habits change, you still go out for the experience? What's that been like?
Going to the movies is my favorite thing.
Okay.
My favorite thing. It's just, there's never, maybe the one thing above it is like working on a set that is, a dream come true. I think like everyone who's worked in this industry has had like that one experience that was so amazing. And every time you do like a new project or on a new thing, you were just like hoping it's going to be like that other one. And most of the times it's not, but like rarely it is. And when it is, it's just like, oh yeah, it's a huge reminder.
Yeah.
But since it's hit or miss, that's why I think going to the movies is like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So no, I love like reserving the tickets online. And LA, I think like we forget, like LA is literally the best place in the world to see movies. They have the best theaters. They have like a ton of IMAX screens, Dolby Atmos, IMAX with laser. They have 4D. Like guys, Delaware's got like 2 theaters. And it's none of that. There's like one IMAX screen.
Just dunking on Delaware for no reason. But anyway,
like
that hell Delaware.
I mean, even Philly. Like Philly's got like one IMAX screen. We got one, and it's right on the outskirt. There's no like it's rare. Like this is like a luxury out here. They got AMC Prime. They got Dine-In. They got a ton of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. So I'm all about it. A friend of mine just texted me, Delaware does only have 2 theaters. So thanks for watching, Eric.
Oh, wow. This guy's like, oh, he's spitting right now.
He's speaking the truth. Yeah. But I love going. I've been trying to go every weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I respect that, because I feel like that's, before the pandemic, that was my thing. I'll go Tuesday mornings at 11 o'clock in the morning just to get that first batch of stale popcorn and be by myself to watch any kind of movie without any distractions. Cause I felt I was a grandpa underneath my.
What's your go-to order, like food? Or
so it depends.
Do you not go anymore? Do you not bring any?
It depends, because like the ArcLight Culver City, I mean, I like the ArcLight. It's closed down now. I like the ArcLight, but they didn't have much of a menu. So I'm like, popcorn and some beer, whatever. But like the dine-in theaters at Marina Del Rey had like this, and I know for those of you who are not in LA, you're like, this is so bougie. But they had like this fluffed quinoa bowl with shredded chicken and gorgonzola and feta. Oh my God, it was great. I was like, no burgers, please. Give me the quinoa bowl. I'm about to sell out.
I mean, you're talking to a guy. I worked at an AMC Dine-In for 4 years.
Okay.
For 4 summers and 4 winters, not a whole year, but I super familiar with the dine-in experience for some theaters, and I'm for it. Ultimately, I've become a pretzel bite nut.
Okay. Props.
This year, this is a new thing. I don't know what happened over the pandemic. Maybe it's because I was having so much popcorn at home alone, watching movies like under the covers late at night.
Yeah.
But I got really into pretzel bites, and I did one time I did the cinnamon ones. I was like, maybe this will be like Auntie Anne's or Annie Ann's. No, never do the cinnamon ones. They suck. But the salt ones are fine.
So you do it with salt, so not the plain ones.
Yeah, I do it with salt.
So I'm all for the pretzel, but it has to be with horseradish mustard. Like one with
I can't do yellow mustard.
I can't do yellow. I just can't. I mean, I can, but it's not the same. Like,
yeah. I don't know about the horseradish. I don't know what you're talking about, but other
it's
than that,
like the Dijon one, like the lighter color with the little black specks in them. You know what I'm saying? Not like the yellow mustard, but like
the honey Dijon.
Honey Dijon is like that. So it's like more Dijon than that. It's like yeah.
How Dijon is your Dijon?
My Dijon is horseradish mustard.
I am drinking. This is how pretentious I am. I'm drinking out of a film lens mug.
Oh yeah. Well,
for the audio listeners,
I'm going to show you how cheap and boozy I am. So this is actually one of the glasses I drink all the time with. This is a Jack Daniel's Lynchburg lemonade mason jar with a menu rack, and I got it from a Boulder Creek, which is like the Colorado version of Applebee's, and they were giving it away if you wanted a drink. And it's been in my possession for like 20 years. That's right.
It's a Boulder Creek.
Yeah, but it's like one of those Applebee's Chili's things. Instead of it being like Southwestern, it was like all Rocky Mountain potatoes.
Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah, it was Boulder, Colorado team. So dumb.
Bougie.
Right, guys, here at What's Up Flobo After Hours, your one-stop shop here in the Treehouse every Monday night. But before we get out of here, right, guys, because we're almost at our hour, are you down for a game with me?
John Gruden got fired. What's up?
He got himself fired.
We just get into like a really crazy topic. No.
Yeah. How do you feel about mask mandates?
It's good he got fired. Yeah.
he stepped down. He got resigned. You done to play a game with me, sir?
Oh, he resigned. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, the Raiders suck, but
yeah.
You got to say yes. Are you down to play a game with me, right, guy?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Are you down to play a game with me, right, guy?
Let's play a game, Flobo.
We're getting canceled.
Is it football? No.
Imagine I'm going to pass to you. If you drop the ball, then no, I'm just kidding. This is a new one. It's called Guilty Pleasures, my friend. I'm going to mention the topic. You tell me an example of something you love, but you know people aren't fans of it. For example, if I say pizza toppings, you say people hate it, but I love pineapple on pizza. That's your guilty pleasure. Fair? Okay. All right.
So guilty or not guilty is what I'm saying.
Basically, it's a guilty pleasure. You know people hate it, but you're like, nah, I'm about it.
I need a gavel. Never mind.
I used to have a gavel. It's in the other room.
One. I was like throwing it up.
Flobito. I never one. Saw it easy. Movie. What's a guilty pleasure movie?
Clock starts now.
There's no clock.
There's no clock. Guilty pleasure movie. I will go Big Fat Liar.
Wait,
Disney original starring Paul Giamatti and Frankie Muniz.
That's the one.
That's the one. Yeah.
There was a time where Frankie Muniz was like maybe the next big thing. Remember Agent Cody Banks?
I do remember Agent Cody Banks. I also remember seeing him at a Sweet 16 party in Delaware.
What is going on in Delaware with the one theater and Frankie Muniz on it?
He performed. He has a band called Kingsfoil. Next question.
I have many questions, but place to visit.
Guilty pleasure place to visit?
Yeah.
This could get dark. Kidding. No. I'm going to go.
Under the boardwalk.
Under boardwalk. Wendy's at 2 a.m.
Oh, well, this is the next one. Guilty pleasure snack. You're like, yo, man, I know people hate it, but this is my jam.
Wendy's at 3 a.m. No, I'll go.
What do you get at Wendy's?
Guilty pleasure snack is pepper jack Cheez-Its. Wow. People know this so well. My family literally mailed me 2 boxes because they're not in a lot of grocery stores here. For some reason, they're like a seasonal thing. It's really weird. Delicious. Yeah. You have 3 of those, forget it. Boxes.
Is it all pepper jack cookies or it has to be pepper jack Cheez-Its?
Pepper jack Cheez-Its. Like
you don't do the generics. You don't do like pepper jack Cheez-It store brand. It has to be the brand Cheez-Its.
Store brand, like the box. Like it's literally off. This is like a version of the traditional Cheez-It, if you will. This is just a flavor they offer, pepper jack. I know they have like double extra cheese, and they also have like white cheddar, and they also have white cheddar sharp. But this isn't white cheddar sharp. This is pepper jack.
Yes,
that's
I'm familiar with Cheez-It. I was asking if it had to be specifically that brand. Like, no, Flobo, it's a Cheez-It, you idiot. I get it. I'm sorry.
It doesn't have to be specifically that brand. It could be any of them, but I prefer the brand. Next question.
I went to public school. Beverage.
Pepper Jack Farmer. All right. Beverage. I like pepper jack cheese. It's not the pepper. Okay. What was the question?
What is a beverage you think people hate or you love and people are like, what are you
Okay.
doing?
I'll go dark and stormy, which is
An adult beverage.
Yes, which is a rum and ginger beer with a tiny bit of Sprite, and it looks like a dark storm. It's like, yeah. So I'll go to that. But if that's like an adult beverage, that might just be niche, not like unpopular. My unpopular one will probably be Kool-Aid Jammers.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, great.
Superhero.
Okay, guilty pleasure superhero movie.
Superhero. You interpret that well.
Okay. I will go. Oh, James L. Jr. loves it.
Yeah, he loves
Stormy. Maybe we'll have to. Maybe that'll be the Dark Side and Stormy after show of Mandalorian. Tune in this fall. No, we'll do superhero. Oh, I'll go with. I mean, is Ant-Man's like popular? Okay, I'll go Venom. I'll go Venom. Because I feel like some people aren't sold on Venom. I'm into Tom Hardy Venom.
It's true, because people think he's a villain, but yeah, he is kind of a hero in that way. I got 3 more for you. Okay. Music artist.
Let's get 4 more. Okay, music artist.
I have 5 more, but we're running out of time.
Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. Music artist.
Guilty pleasure artist. I will go Smash Mouth next.
No, you can't be. Actually, no judgments. No judgments.
Is he popular?
No, they're not. Reality show.
The Jedi Legends of the Hidden Temple on the Star Wars Kids YouTube next.
They actually have that? What's that about?
They actually have that, and they actually rehired the guy who played Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
To host it as a Jedi, and he kills it. He's crushing it.
So it's like the old game, but it's
like the
Star
old game,
Wars.
But Jedi-ified. And to be honest, the old game's like 1,000 times better. But I still watch this one just to feel.
Dude, link me to that after this. I will check it out.
You got it.
Yeah, so dumb. Sport.
I will go the movie trivia Schmodown.
I like it.
If not that, I'll just say curling.
No.
I like watching curling. You know what's a great rabbit hole, actually? Hold on. Great rabbit hole to go down on YouTube. Ultimate Frisbee commentators losing their minds. Because like some people make some like just wacky throws and the commentators lose it.
I can't.
Throw. Yeah.
Sure. No, I mean, in fact, they call it ultimate, and it's just people throwing a frisbee around.
Right. I mean, nothing too ultimate about it. I would actually love to see like wrestlers do ultimate frisbee because I feel like they would get really into it and just like beam it like 400 yards.
There's a curling debate in the chat right now. Okay.
We got a curling debate. Get the brooms. Get the brooms, Flobo.
I was like, there's your gritty reboot. This belonged to your father and his father before him.
His father.
2 more. Impulse purchase. Something you love buy, people don't like. Mine is Archie Comics. I'll buy Archie Comics every time I go to the grocery store. I don't give a hell.
I don't give a hell. I'm a notorious impulse buyer. I'll just tell you my most recent purchases. I had the chance to get a PS5. I don't need a PS5, and I just got it. I just dropped like $500 and got it. I shouldn't have done it, but I did it. And I haven't even opened it. It's literally right here. And I have a trash can on top of it because it's in a brown box. And I'm afraid people will look in my window and steal it. So I have a trash can over it. And now my secret's out. Haywood Wong, don't steal it. Okay. So I got that.
Why is it in a box then if you have a PS5? So I
don't know. I'm like, maybe I'll resell it and get more money, but it's already been a month. I should have sold it already. Anyway.
That is pretty guilty.
I've impulse bought Lord tickets for a year and a half from now. Lord tickets in San Francisco. I was like, I'll just be there. I'll just be in San Francisco. And I haven't like planned the trip because I was like, I want Pitt. I want Pitt standing because Lord's been like an artist for me this past year, even though I didn't love her new album, but that's another conversation for another time. And I'm like, I gotta go like see Lord and like cry to liability in the front row. And there was no front row available in LA, so I bought it in San Francisco. It's probably gonna be freezing cold.
What weekend is it?
It's in June or July, I think.
Damn.
Or it might be in May. It might be in May.
Because I realized the Mets are playing the Athletics next September. And I was like, I should go back up to the Bay Area. But nah,
that'd be cool. It'd be cool. And I also impulse bought Red Hot Chili Pepper tickets this week. All right, next.
Hey, when I do karaoke, Fortune Faded and Danny California are in my repertoire.
My karaoke. Oh my God. The Danny California is such a good one. And I wish that was mine. That probably should be mine. My go-to karaoke, I think, is like either Come On Eileen, which I know is like overdone, or I'd go Hungry Heart, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, damn. You don't do anything like outside of genres if to mess with people's minds? Like, do you have like a rap song? Do you have like a polka song?
There's a rap song. I could do the Spins, Mac Miller.
Okay.
Well, but like that song's a little dirty, and I feel like it would give the wrong idea.
The right idea.
The right idea. Spins.
It depends on where I am. My voice. If my voice is fresh, I'll do Jukebox Hero or System of a Down or Kryptonite 3 Doors Down.
Don't do that one. Want to get a mansion, a jacuzzi, a theater to watch my movies.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I do Love Song too. Yeah. I'm 50 Cent in the club. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah.
I met 50 Cent. I handed him a alcoholic popsicle because I was an intern on ABC's The Chew, and he was there that day. And they're like, Ryan, get Fitty a popsicle, and I handed it to him.
I was like, thanks, Jordan.
It was cool.
Yeah, all right. So, and lastly, social media app. What's one you're like, man, no one really's on this, but I love it. It's my jam.
Social media app, no one's really on it. It's my jam. In LA, this is not a popular one. But in the East Coast, it is, which is Snapchat. Everyone on the East Coast is on it. I don't know many people out here who are on it, but I am on Snapchat quite a bit. I also, take it back. I take it back.
This is the app,
and I want to be a public speaker for this app. Letterbox. People, if you don't know what Letterbox is a diary app for all your movies. It's a way to track every movie you watch and see what your friends are watching. Oh, look at this. Eric watched Hostel Part 3. Oh my gosh. My friend Melinda Lee, the best girl on earth. She watched Lamb. Holy cow. I didn't see No Time to Die yet, but I watched Squid Game, and I thought this, that, and the other. And at the end of the year, it'll do a Spotify Wrapped for your movies. It's great.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I still use Vero for that reason, because I say when I'm watching something, I'll say I'm watching this. Hopefully Zack Snyder sees it, but that seems way better.
I love the Zack Snyder reference on Vero because he posted so much on that leading up to the Snyder Cut. Holy cow, that was great, Flobo. I love you.
Yeah, man. But I love you, RyGuy. Thanks for being on the show this week, man. What's up, Flobo After Hours? You got your people in the chat. Respect it. Now, here's a chance I ask you, if everyone wants to follow you, stalk you, engage with you, all that jazz, where can they go about doing that?
You can follow me at Ry, RYNILSEN, Ryan Nilsen on Letterboxd, on Twitter, Ryan Nilsen _ on Instagram. That's right, Ryan Nilsen in Maine. I got the one on Instagram.
Deep cut that. Pissed off.
Yeah, you can watch Jack Reacher this January on Amazon Prime Video. You can also check out SCN Live that I sometimes pop on here and there. You can watch the old catalogs of the Better Call Saul after show on AfterBuzz TV. Yeah. And you can watch Wassup Flobo on YouTube, Stitcher, Spotify, everything, Twitch, I think, probably not, maybe.
True.
Sure. Everything. Yeah. And of course, the Mandalorian after show, JLJ Media.
JLJ Media coming back soon. I love the show because I don't know what the hell's going on, but you guys are so passionate about it. Shout out to Seth Sabra, who hasn't answered my emails in a year and a half. I'll get you one of my shows eventually.
Whoa! Just a one shot first right there.
Yeah. Greedo miss. He shot first.
Block that one, Sabra.
But RyGuy, it's always been fun. It's always been a pleasure. I want you back, man, because you're just a cool guy, and you helped me grow as a host over at the old Freebiz Network.
Dude, you helped me grow as a producer. You did.
Any final words before we get out of here, man?
Tramps like us, we were born to run, man.
I like it. The